Police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of two teen-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Lil Baby to come buy my tacos.
In case it went under the radar, Young Thug's legal troubles are far from over. Despite his recent release from jail, Atlanta law enforcement is still targeting him, and the pressure from federal authorities is mounting fast. The spotlight turned even brighter after Young Thug participated in a post-release interview where he addressed his ongoing tension with Gunna. Shortly after that, the feds reportedly zeroed in on him, raising serious concerns about how closely he's being watched. The heat intensified following the release of Young Thug's latest track, Money on Money, featuring Future.
Listen, I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know.
In the song, he drops pointed lines like, Brody, you a rat twin, you a pack, and these guys telling for nothing, and I gotta be the one calling them friends. These bars are being widely interpreted as direct shots at Gunna for his 2022 plea deal, which many see as cooperation. When Gunna initially signed that deal, Young Thug reportedly found out the next day while appearing before a judge. According to courtroom reports, Thug was seen banging his head on the table, seemingly overwhelmed but unable to confront Gunna at the time due to legal restraints. Now, Young Thug's attempt to speak through music may end up costing him everything. What he did following his release could land him right back behind bars. One viral tweet said it best, "There's no way Young Thug stays out of jail while still being a rapper. The lyrics you need to stay hot break probation every time."
You guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down on Metro.
Can I please get a warrant? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, and I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so fucking bad. But you told me that your license, you just got your license back. I ain't gonna get your license.
I've seen one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I've seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those
DJ Academics had already predicted something like this would happen. He spoke out following Thug's release, warning that the terms of his probation are practically a setup, a trap waiting to spring. According to Academics, the court's conditions are designed to lead Thug into violating probation, potentially landing him with 20 years in prison if he slips up. Chaos erupted across social media following a bombshell report involving Whack 100, who claimed to possess 2 hours of video footage showing Gunna allegedly telling on Young Thug during an interrogation session. That statement immediately sparked speculation that federal authorities could be preparing to launch another YSL indictment. The implications were heavy, and the internet responded fast. In response, Young Thug didn't stay completely silent. He briefly appeared on Instagram Live, making cryptic remarks without dropping any names directly. While the words were vague, the timing and tone caught everyone's attention and reignited public debate over loyalty and betrayal.
They help people, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah, I know everybody wondering that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
With the world watching closely, DJ Academics came forward with new information. He revealed that Young Thug had allegedly been making multiple phone calls to industry artists, urging them to distance themselves from Gunna while Thug was still behind bars. These calls only fueled the division growing within the rap community. As clips from these statements circulated online, Gunna's name began trending again. Thug later returned to Instagram Live, this time saying nothing, just laughing. The moment was brief, but it was enough to stir even more discussion and confusion. But
So that interrogation? Yeah, guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know.
The situation escalated far beyond subtweets and live streams when authorities confirmed that the Georgia PD Council gang unit was preparing to counter a possible 4 PFRICO indictment. The documents explicitly referenced Lil Baby, a move that shocked fans and industry insiders alike. At a recent court hearing, officials claimed they had wiretapped phone calls connected to the case. One investigator reportedly stated on the stand that Lil Baby was allegedly linked to contracts placed on people's heads, accusations eerily similar to the federal murder-for-hire claims involving Lil Durk's case. That revelation stopped everything in its tracks. Now, with Young Thug still under scrutiny, Gunna's loyalty in question, and Lil Baby's name added to a growing legal storm, the music industry is bracing for what may be the most explosive phase yet. Now the reactions across the rap industry are pouring in fast. First, it was Young Thug, now it's Lil Baby, and many believe both are being targeted by the same relentless force, the Atlanta District Attorney's Office. Artists from across Atlanta are beginning to sound the alarm. This is the very same DA who brought charges against Young Thug and YSL, and it's also the same prosecutor who approved Gunna's controversial plea deal back in 2022. The overlapping connections between all these cases have ignited deep suspicion within the hip-hop community. Soon after, a breaking news alert delivered another twist. Lil Baby was taken into county custody for questioning related to the unsolved deaths of Jacoby Davis and Lamont Freeman. Authorities reportedly questioned why Lil Baby decided to shut down his label 4PF shortly after the incident.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or gang members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. Well, he's always gonna talk about him and his is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. You might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about again. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.
That decision raised even more eyebrows when Lil Baby later claimed he dissolved 4PF to avoid it being labeled as a street-affiliated enterprise. But observers pointed out that the way he handled the shutdown, quiet, sudden, and without explanation, only fueled further suspicion. Online reactions quickly escalated, and once again, Gunna became the center of blame. So much so, his attorney felt compelled to release a public statement pushing back hard against those accusations. In a lengthy post, Gunna's former attorney clarified his client's legal status, writing, "I was Gunna's attorney, but I am not speaking on his behalf. This is to clarify one thing. Gunna did not cooperate and did absolutely nothing to hurt Young Thug's case." He continued, Gunna spent 8 months behind bars and was released in December 2022 after entering an Alford plea, a legal agreement that maintains innocence while acknowledging sufficient evidence to convict. His plea had no impact on Thug's trial. Gunna was never named as a witness, and the agreement did not include cooperation. The lawyer also emphasized that Gunna received a 5-year suspended sentence, meaning no travel limits, no reporting obligations, and 0 probation. Still, the internet continues to spin theories that tie all the dots back to him. Over the past 2 years, Gunna has performed across the globe, earned millions of dollars, and gained international fame. Meanwhile, Young Thug faced trial and ultimately entered a plea of guilty and nolo contender after serving 30 months in jail. His sentence resulted in a 15-year probation with strict reporting conditions and a court order barring him from leaving Atlanta. This drastic difference in legal outcomes continues to fuel public tension. Gunna's critics have made their stance clear, accusing him of disloyalty. But as his former lawyer bluntly put it, those still bad-mouthing Gunna need to move on. Enough said. Still, public opinion remains divided. A fan's reply to Gunna's lawyer quickly went viral. It read, Once y'all really learn the effects of Gunna snitching in that YSL trial, you'll understand why Thug and Baby will never rock with him again. Let me teach you. And that's exactly what unfolded next. During a press conference held on Wednesday, February 26th, the Atlanta Police Department made a stunning statement. They claimed Lil Baby's actions contributed to the deaths of 2 individuals, Jacoby Davis and Lamont Freeman, last summer. According to authorities, 7 arrests have now been made in connection to that case. Major Ralph of the APD stated that both deaths were tied to a gang war sparked at Lil Baby's music video shoot in May, where 3 people were injured. He made it clear during the briefing, "Our team will work relentlessly to hold you accountable." Here's where the story takes a strange turn. Fans found it suspicious that Lil Baby's music video was recorded on rival gang territory right in front of a taco stand, a known local landmark. But what really raised eyebrows was the role a local resident may have played. A woman who lives nearby was featured on the news. She admitted to tipping off opposing gang members by posting on Facebook, revealing Lil Baby was at her taco shop, 3 cars deep, recording a video. This detail, while seemingly small, could play a big role in how law enforcement ties the event to subsequent violence. Coming up next, we'll examine how social media posts are now becoming key pieces of evidence in modern gang investigations and what this could mean for Lil Baby's case moving forward. According to police reports, Lil Baby's presence at the taco stand was unknown to rival gang members until a local woman posted a Facebook video. Her live stream alerted them to the location, which investigators believe directly led to them pulling up armed. But what's raising serious questions is that law enforcement isn't blaming her. They're placing responsibility squarely on Lil Baby. This has led many fans to believe the incident fits into a larger trap allegedly set by Atlanta DA Fani Willis, who's already made headlines for pursuing high-profile artists. Just 1 week after Gunna entered his plea deal, it was reported that Lil Baby had been arrested in Clark County for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit. He was detained and later held on a $5,000 bond. To some, this arrest seemed like a warning, a sign of what may have been written in Gunna's deal. But it gets deeper. Roughly 8 months later, DJ Academics took to his live stream to confirm that 4PF, Lil Baby's label, was now listed on the same RICO documents as YSL. He hinted that 2 cases were connected and told viewers, "I've heard both of them. They're saying, yo, it's coming." Now that the YSL trial has wrapped, Academics claims he's finally free to reveal the details he's been sitting on. And he believes Lil Baby's recent string of arrests point to something much bigger on the horizon. The rumor spreading fast is that Young Thug, who grew up with Lil Baby in Atlanta, may be indirectly tied into the same investigation. With the DA failing to bring Thug down completely, many now speculate that Lil Baby could be next. What adds weight to the theory is another arrest of Lil Baby just a month after Gunna took his deal, this time for illegal window tint of all things. That charge might seem minor, but the official body cam footage from the stop was released online, raising suspicions that every move is being tracked and used as buildup for a major case. Now, in the recently released body cam footage, Lil Baby was initially only given a citation for illegal window tint. But what happened next is what really raised eyebrows. Multiple sources online are now reporting that as soon as the officer returned to his cruiser to enter the ticket into the system, Lil Baby's name was immediately flagged. Moments later, just a few blocks down the same street, a second police unit pulled him over again, but this time they arrested him. No clear explanation was given for the sudden shift, and many are calling it a pretextual warning, possibly linked to the broader RICO investigation now swirling around his name. The incident forced Lil Baby to fly his legal team out urgently, trying to post bail the very same night. It all paints a picture of a bigger, silent buildup behind the scenes. What do you think? Is this all part of a larger trap? If you found this video insightful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and ensures you don't miss our upcoming breakdowns. Catch you in the next one.